In this video, we're going to look at how to add images to a nonlinear story in Twine. Here's my story dashboard, and here is the story that I was working on earlier, Haunted House. Let's go in and have a look at the story map. And if you looked at the earlier video, you'll notice that this story has been developed quite a bit since the last time we looked at it. We've added several more passages, multiple story threads, lots of options for the reader, renamed a couple of passages just for clarity and to make the story flow a little bit more effectively. So what I'm going to do now is add an image into our story, because at the moment it's all text. So let's go into our introduction passage, you'll notice that there's no actual option in here to upload an image. The way that Twine works is it creates an HTML file, effectively a web page, and if you want to put an image into your story, you have to reference an image in HTML that exists somewhere else, somewhere other than in Twine. You could, of course, do this locally. You could save your file locally using the Publish to File option that we looked at in a previous video. But in this example, I'm simply going to take an image that is already out on the web somewhere, and I'm going to use the URL of that, the location or the address of that image, and reference that so that when my reader opens this page or gets to this particular passage, that image will be brought into their browser and will display. So I've gone onto the web and I've gone to Pixabay. One of the reasons I've gone to Pixabay is because the standard license for Pixabay is that it's free for commercial or non-commercial use, and you don't need to attribute the images, so they're very easy to use. If you find an image that you like, all you need to do is right-click on the image and choose Copy Image Address. And then there's a specific bit of HTML code that you would use then to reference that address. And I've already written it and copied it onto my clipboard, so I'm just going to paste that as plain text. And we start with this tag opening character, the less than symbol, then the HTML tag image, and then the property source, src, equals, and then in inverted commas, we paste inside two inverted commas, we paste the image address. So that's that part there that we copied just before when we were looking at our image. Then we need the property height, and the property width, and in this case I've chosen two different values than the original, but I've kept the proportions the same. So I've reduced it so that the image will reduce down to 360 wide. Actually, that should be width rather than height. Let me just quickly change that. And it should be 240 high. So let me just quickly change that. Okay, so width equals 360, height equals 240. And then I have the rest of my text with my link and so forth. And so what that should do is it should put the text above the image. And of course, at the end, I also put the closing character, the greater than character, and that encloses the entire HTML code that I need. So let me just close that. And we'll go back to our introduction passage and we'll preview it by hitting the play button, and you can see that we've got our text there. We've got the image, which is much smaller. There's the original, much larger, and there's the reduced size, but obviously still the same ratio, otherwise it would look all squished up. And you can see the two links to two subsequent passages, and I can do that all throughout my story, wherever I want to put an image. You can do the same with audio files, you can do the same with video files, and if you go to a basic HTML instructional site like W3C Schools, you'll find all of the basic HTML code that you would need to insert an image, an audio file, a video file, and the properties to do things like automatically play the sound or automatically play the movie, or start the movie at a particular point if that's what you want it to do.